when I sent you a message 3 weeks ago and went, look at this auction,
Yeah.
I didn't expect you to go, let's go and have a look at it. And now we're standing in a really windy bit of land in Worcestershire.
Honestly, Rich, it's going to be great. It's raining. There's 101 storm warnings across Britain.
That's fine. This is a perfect day to get out. I'm not even putting my umbrella out. This is just for pointing at stuff.
I was going to say, I've brought a very stubby one. It's not that useful. Look, somebody's thrown mud at it because they hate it that much.
How thoughtless. What is that? Mark 3 Transit?
Yeah.
Oh, the engine's fallen out. That's annoying. So I expect to be allowed to come here because the auction's not until the beginning of March. And
yes.
I had to talk to the auctioneer and
you did the sweet talking. I really appreciate that.
And so it's a guy, it's a guy and his son, and they just
bought and hoarded because they had space.
Bought, and now they've decided to get rid. So that is going to need a bit of filler. That's an Austin. I don't know if that's in the auction actually.
Well, why would you
buy? I've got my eye on this Mark 1 Focus gear because it's, again, I don't think this is in the auction, but it's...
Look!
They were good ones though.
It's a convertible Capri trying to mate with it backwards.
This is it's like Ford porn.
It is. Talking of Ford porn.
1600 Sport.
Yeah.
Sports.
So the guys that own all of these vehicles, they're Ford.
The Ford people.
Fanatics, but with a much wider appreciation of other.
Yeah, well, because
vehicles.
I already caught my eye when I pulled up in Malandi. I stopped here because this is not just any old Rover 400. It's a 420 turbo. Is that
the little cheeky bulge?
That's well, all the 2 litres had a little bulge to clear the slightly more pronounced cam chain cover, I think it was, under there. But this is a turbo because it's got the turbo badge on the back.
Yeah, 420 GSI turbo.
This is a sought after car. If you liked sporty Rovers, not got the leather, part leather, but you know. Again, I don't know that this is in the auction. I think these are just sort of like, these are the amuse-bouches.
No, everything's for sale.
Is it?
Yeah, these are the hors d'oeuvres.
Morris 1100.
My mum and dad's first brand new car when they got married.
Really?
Was one of them, yeah. Yeah.
They're sort of the thinking man's Mini, aren't they?
They are.
Because in many ways they're clever, and there's also...
They are cleverer than a
Mini. There's loads of room. I mean, look, that's a tiny car. It's like a toy car now.
Yeah. Look at the wheelbase.
I know. And yeah, it's got bags of room in it.
We just walked past this chassis.
Oh, which
is probably running and driving. That's a Laycock overdrive, but I don't know what was it?
Has it got a... Oh, it's got, you can do the timing on the wheel.
Twin SUs. I can't actually work it out, but my lips are so cold they don't work very well.
Now this I'm enjoying because it's the distinctive and I think rather attractive alloy wheel off this SD1. I think I'd like it more if the front axle was still attached to it, but that's a minor quibble because these are still tremendous.
Van den
Pla, so that's going to be a 3.5.
My gosh, it's an El Camino with no roof. What on earth's gone on? What's happened? It's like we're in the apocalypse.
It's
automotive apocalypse.
That General Motors missed not offering a convertible El Camino. How unusual, it's got these leg bolsters here and it's not, it's actually that the bench seat is in the wrong way.
You idiot. Just hilariously boxy dashboards.
Also that colour, that's just the colour of all American car interiors for about 20 years, from about what, 1976 to
89, 90?
Yeah. It fizzled out maybe with the 80s, but yeah, sort of maroony, purpley.
I do love the bow tie though. I do love the gold or silver bow tie.
All this here, however, this is just the amuse-bouche. This is a warm-up act for the main event, which is here.
Oh, look at it.
Look at it.
It's a field of dreams / doom.
Much stuff.
Who needs spring watch?
Straight away, look, I can see there's a GS over there. There's what I think is like an Aston V8 replica.
Oh, be a Capri.
Of course. course.
It'll be a Capri-based Aston.
For the more modern motorist, we have a Rover 75.
Oh my gosh, it's just muddy shit everywhere.
Chrysler 300C with a Bentley badge on the side.
It's never going to get out of there. It will never drive out of this field.
No, it's quite soft here.
Is it
Oh, it's open.
Yeah, someone's put Bentley badge all over it, which is it's a little bit embarrassing, but I miss ours.
Though. Okay, that's good.
I just want to check if it's V8.
Nice cream leather interior on that Rover. Someone will have that.
Are they still a Rover 75 still worthless though?
Well, yeah, pretty much. One day the world will cotton on. What are you looking at?
I'm just wanting to see if it's a V8.
It is.
No.
Oh, isn't it?
No, it's the diesel, I think.
Oh, it's a V6.
With the turbo and the... I think it's...
Darn it. Oh, well, it's immediately less
Well, this is the one that I had. This is the product of someone who just can't stop buying cheap cars off eBay that possibly no one else wants.
Do you realise you're through the looking glass to what your life could be like if you had a field?
/ weren't married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you did this, there's a very good chance you wouldn't be married anymore.
There's every chance. I'm immediately getting nostalgic throwbacks, this and this.
Red Van Polo.
So many of these, spend so much time in these.
Yeah.
But a lot of my mates' first cars were Mark II Polos.
I used to love these door handles on these.
Yeah.
They feel really high quality for a small, quite cheap car. Oh, there's some goo in the back of there. I don't
Look, that was last taxed in '97. Do you know I bought one of these from a car boot sale once?
You missed the point of a car boot sale.
I went to a car boot sale in Bristol and we bought a load of tuck, me and my friends, and then there was one of these in the corner of the field. It was the booted one, the Derby, or the Polo Saloon, or whatever they called it.
Yeah. Oh, it is.
And the guy, the guy went, well, this is for sale. It's got 15 days MOT or 10 days MOT.
2 weeks of
60 quid.
60 quid?
60 quid, I drove it away. Where do you reckon the nearest Starbucks is then?
Oh, it's
a Volvo DAF. 66, yeah, Variamatic thing. And I used to sometimes get a lift into school in one of these.
See, I would buy this in the auction because we need some rubber bands.
Yeah. I don't mind them. I mean, they're a weird...
I've never driven one. They are weird.
They're weird.
Aren't they? They're weird.
And they do break down a lot.
Do you know what the weird thing about these is? I always imagine they're made of fiberglass for some reason, and they're not. But
No.
They sort of look like they should be. I was going to say it's got an odd door on it, but the thing is actually the other door is odd as well, so that in fact matches. It's a design feature now. That's fine.
Look at the auto shift. It just looks like a thruster in a jet.
It's quite good. It's more, but it's sort of more macho than the rest of the car.
It's so much more macho than the rest of the car. In fact, the seats are more macho than the rest of the car. That graduated velour.
Yeah.
I mean, that's serious. That is a serious look now. I think I can probably put my hand on my heart and say, would you rather have that, or would you rather eat an omelette made of dog shit? I'd probably go with that. It's my least.
I don't know, what kind of dog?
I just can't stand this era of Escort.
Oh, Jaguar Land Rover heritage vehicles.
Oh, is it one of the collection?
Well, yeah,
that massive collection.
Look at the state of it.
Well, it's not brilliant.
Well, I think this is Capri, isn't it? It's a Capri.
I think it's a
Capri under there, and then you've got a faux Aston Martin.
Aston Martin, so these were in the 80s.
What are those seats?
Well, they're quite nice.
They're quite dynamic,
I recognise those.
Yeah, they're ringing a bell,
Not
but I couldn't
Saab,
tell
are
you.
they?
No, I don't think so.
I know.
Perforated leather.
I don't know if these are worth anything.
I'm going to say no.
What about as an unfinished project?
Point of interest, you'll see these piles of exhausts over here.
And
those
engines.
are lots. Each pile is a lot. Exhausts, brackets, various.
What, you just buy used exhaust?
I guess so, yeah.
I mean, it's unusual. I'm
unusual.
enjoying it. Over there you've got orchards. Over here you've got piles of exhausts and subframes and engines.
Panels as well. You want the boot lid to a Hillman...
Minx, I reckon that's a Minx.
Minx, yeah, I guess so.
My brother had a dirty Minx.
There's a hard top for a Triumph Stag over there.
Well, there's the back of a Capri. That looks like a Barbara Hepworth.
Well,
doesn't it? Make a good barbecue if you chopped it and pushed it back. You could do a nice barbecue out of that. A Minder spec barbecue. Paint it white. Picture of Dennis
I could make some food for you.
There you go.
Perfect.
Why has the Escort got the door open like it's welcoming us?
Like that just looks like crime scene. They always, you know, when they find cars that someone's been whacked in, one of the doors is always open.
Yeah.
Do you like Spitfires?
I would have a Spitfire over an MG Midget every day.
Would you?
Yes.
I like the door handles. I've never been a fan of the car much. But
They're so shallow.
Aren't they?
They're so shallow and you think that there's nothing to them. I drove a well sorted one once on 5th gear and really enjoyed it. I was expecting to absolutely despise it, but I had time for it. I love these. Oh, look at the sheepskin.
Fantastic, aren't they? The interior looks quite good.
Yeah.
The interior looks really good on that.
Yeah, it does.
Maybe the sheepskin has preserved the seats underneath.
Look at that tax disc, 1995.
And this is, what reg is it? No, plate's gone.
It's definitely an early model because of the chrome and it's a good piece of design, isn't it?
Is it a club?
It's a club, yeah.
Good. But someone's cared for this because they put the seat covers on, they put the steering wheel cover on.
Yeah. Well,
know.
a couple of door skins are bad, but it might actually not be that bad. I like that.
Yeah, I like that. You're skirting past this Allegro 3.
Yeah, which
the
is
third of all the Allegros.
Which is in the beige that we all know and love.
It's weird these, isn't it? Because look, you look at that. I mean, I know this is later than that GS, but it's also, I think, less rusty. They were sort of not actually that badly rust-proof for an old car.
Made these up to 82. Allegros ended at 82, didn't they? Oh, it's so brown and beige.
Here's a fun fact. There was going to be an Allegro 4, which would have had two-tone paint. And then they realised they were pushing their luck and they couldn't get away with a fourth.
I think the Allegro 3 was
Jaws
pushing
films. Don't try for a fourth one.
Jaws 4 was the one that no one remembers.
No, they shouldn't have done it. And you see, Allegro 3 was the one with Michael Caine in it. No, I'm confusing Allegros and Jaws films again.
So on the other side of the hill, someone makes their money from planting trees and then they grow either apples or pears or berries.
Yeah.
On this side of the field, they plant cars.
Yeah, and then they come up like this.
You were just pointing at that Viva.
Well, yeah, because
it's a two-door estate.
I know, and for reasons that I can't explain.
I like it.
I always associate those Vivas with like sort of crimes of the 70s. But not in a, like, we've got this
crime?
Yeah, crimes. I don't know why. Look, we've got this Mark II Jag here, and you go, oh, there's a Crims car. There's a classic Crims car from the 60s. Oh. I don't mean that with the Viva. I mean like someone's died in it, or
really?
I don't know. Yeah, I find them spooky, and I can't explain why. I think it might be something from childhood that I haven't quite worked out.
The DAF 66 Super Lux. I'm more interested in that than
now
that.
This.
Although I do like those mirrors.
What's the Dutch for baby poo? Because that's what this colour would have been in the brochure.
Yeah, what is Dutch for baby shit? I don't know.
Baby poo. Oh, forward hinged, sir.
Yeah.
What's in here? Is it an engine?
Yeah, it's got one.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it is.
So this is what...
But then the gearbox is at the back, isn't it? Because it's the CVT.
That's right. But the spare wheel next to the engine, which always makes me laugh. Because, of course, if there was ever any engine heat issues or fire issues, the first thing that is going to catch on is a big rubber tyre.
A large disc of rubber. Let's put that near the hot stuff.
Oh, my God, it absolutely stinks. I
don't. It does, doesn't it? I've got a blocked nose and I can still smell.
Although
ode to old car. Oh shoot!
I do kind of like them, and I fear that they're not very good.
Oh, almost certainly not.
That door shuts really well.
Does it?
This is actually.
Can I have a go?
I think this is quite solid. And the number.
Oh, it does, doesn't it?
I would buy this for the number plate.
Goo.
Just to have a number plate.
Goon.
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 Yeah, because if you had a square
you
plate,
could sell it to an Arsenal fan.
You could. Yeah, or could you sell it to Bill Oddie? Was he a goon? No, he was a goodie.
He was a goodie, yeah.
I think all the goons probably aren't alive anymore.
They're not. We're in the Jag quarter now, I think.
We are.
A Series 1.
Yeah.
XJ. Look, that's a quaint thing. Look, they've etched the reg on the headlights
Oh yeah.
to prevent them being stolen. I don't know whether that was ever a thing.
That must have been a thing. Oh, someone was very paranoid.
And it's got a Webasto.
Yeah, I wonder how much that's leaked in the last few days of
I'm
storms.
sure hardly at all.
Auto.
Yeah.
Still got the radio's lovely. Quite rotten.
Oh, the radio's superb.
Yeah, the radio is gorgeous.
And then Series 2. It was once that quite period sort of
This
lilac
is this a Daimler? It's got
Is
the
it?
ribbed.
Yes, it is.
It's got the big
fluted. The grill's fluted.
Fluted grille. Oh my gosh, the roof has suffered from the vinyl.
Oh, is it just sort of sealed in moisture to do its
yeah,
evil
really. It's quite
bidding?
poor thing.
It's very.
It's got eczema.
This is a Jag as well.
Yeah.
Nespa Mark 9.
It's either a Mark 8 or Mark 9 with no engine, I think, is it?
So someone's cut a rectangle
got-
of metal out of the back here. Why
it's
have they
got-
done that?
Yeah, disc brake front.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why have they done this? What is this for? And on the other side.
That's where the fillers are for the. Do you know what? I bet someone's done that for repair sections. Or they've cut the rot out of this one to put a new one in and never put a
Yeah,
new
you're
one
right.
in.
Look, there's the filler. Yeah. They've just taken.
But
the
then
fillers
just
out.
put rags in the. It's a shame. Well, look at these these 5 cars. That gives you an idea of what is going on here in terms of.
The spectrum of randomness.
You've got a Scorpio Granada
Yeah.
in gold. Is it gold?
Hey, look at the wheels on that. Oh, is that a 4x4? I wonder. We'll
we'll
find
have
out. I'll go and have a look in a minute. But then this, we have a Dutch register. That's a Dutch plate, isn't it? An old Dutch plate,
I think so.
or is it French?
It might be French actually. It's very rotten.
Yeah.
Very rotten.
A
Is that a Stanza?
That's a Nissan Sunny
Is
in
it
the
Sunny?
80s. I'm amazed that's not rotten, but I would bet you a quid that you could probably just start that right now and it would run sweet as anything.
I bet it would. Someone's got a
Because-
Datsun sticker on it. That's what I like about it.
I don't know where all this glass has come from, because it's like it's not from this car. But the Visa, look
Yeah,
at
it
the
is
state
a
of the
Sunny
Visa.
Spirit.
It's kind of tidy in the context of everything else.
So if you and I were going to drive off into the sunset now, you'd take Visa, would I take the Sunny?
Well, I feel like it's a sort of thinking man's TCV, so I could probably drive across this bumpy field with my basket of eggs and it would be okay, but...
Look at the ground clearance.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah, let's see.
They used
this
to
is
be
built for it.
everywhere. You took the words from out of my mouth. It must have been while you were kissing me.
It's not just any Sunny, that as well, it's a Sunny Spirit.
Well, it lifts my spirit on a day such as this, because it says keep
The
out.
Lord has blessed us with this surprisingly unrusty Nissan.
Now look, when was the last time you saw one?
Oh, it's an XR3 wheel. Hey, now, we could play a good game here, because look at this. There's lots of different wheels. That, I think, is off a Nissan Z car. Or is it? Or is it a Forward?
I think that's a high-end Ford.
I think you might be right.
I think is that a Scorpio?
Maybe, or
I think you could be
Scorp.
Scorp. I think it could be.
There's no clue.
4-leaf clovers. Back in the day, you couldn't give them away.
Now look, here we are. In
4-leaf
2020, looking at one in a field.
Granada steels. Love a Granada steel.
Oh yeah.
Those in chrome are just a timeless example.
I'm Granada Steel. I make problems go away.
Granada Steel would be one of those like phone quick dial solicitors in America. Wouldn't he?
Yes.
Granada, if you're like,
Got caught drink driving for the 7th time
Yes.
in your XJ6.
God,
Phone Granada Steel and we'll do our jolly best to make the magistrate
Oh.
just sort of make it all go away.
that is absolutely Granada Steel territory. Suspension's amazing.
That's in the auction, by the way.
That,
That pram. That's a lot.
I mean, the suspension is beautiful.
It's a Silver Cross.
Yeah, the suspension system is always so impressive. Look at that. It's just amazing. And narrow track front end, wider track rear end.
Oh, it comes with a
It comes with a 70s,
70s roller skate.
yeah, which always look lethal.
Yeah. Wow. Don't leave me. It's scary over
On
this
the Camino.
side. There's a door off a Range Rover. It might be the Range Rover the wheels came from, because it's the same brown. There's a sort of kit of Range Rover bits here. You could probably build yourself a Mark 1 Range Rover.
Oh, this is where it gets juicy. There's a Mobilette. There's a Honda Camino.
What, is this good stuff?
Is this a Honda Express? I love these rubbish, like, dinner lady style mopeds.
Dinner lady mopeds.
I love the Honda Express because it's just all frame and no engine. You just go, what power is it?
I mean, what is that? It must be like sort of 20 cc's
They're
or
just
something.
brilliant. I remember my mate, we bought one of these in the summer holidays years ago. My mate Ed bought one, and he ran it on chainsaw oil because he couldn't find, he just found a bit of, and didn't even mix it right because we couldn't work out. I'm sure it was one of these. And he went, because look, the fuel tank's just under the rear carrier, tiny little, oh no, that's oil, that's the fuel. And yeah, he went trialling on it. We put some knobbly tyres on it and gave it hell. Give it absolute hell. There's another one. They love their Honda Expresses. There's another one.
A pile of them.
And the Suzuki, see again, look, all frame, no engine.
Yeah.
It's a very, oh, look at this one.
Are these worth anything?
Hang on, no, they're not worth anything, no. But that's why I like this whole field. It's not about the money. It's just someone's gone, yeah.
I don't know anything about bikes, but I look at this and I think this here looks old. Like it looks sort of vintagey almost. It's a Honda, I know that because it says it there, but what is it?
I kind of want one of these Honda Expresses. I mean, look at that, that looks like it's been part of the Brixton riots.
But I was going to say, a Mark II Escort shell could still be a valuable thing if it was solid, which I'm going to say this one isn't. It's had a bit cut out of it, in fact.
This has been used as a stock car, I reckon.
Is this a sort of...
like a grass track car.
There's a farmer's roll cage in there.
Yeah, there is very much a farmer's roll cage. I wonder how much this still sells for. Right-hand drive two-door Escort shell. Apart from a couple of the higher-end Escorts, this is all no reserve. Oh my gosh. Mad Max has gone to Poundland.
What manner of horror is this? Faux
What's going on?
Aussie with the arches.
Oh, again, it's a competition car.
Oh.
So I think it's probably a stock car that hasn't been finished, or, well, it's got foliage growing in it. Look at the cage, interesting.
Oh, they've gone full, but no, so they thought, well, let's, yeah.
Triangulate to the strut.
Let's, yeah, put
If
a bit
it's
of
for
strength into one of the struts.
Is it for short oval racing now, where they only go one way?
Oh, is it?
I bet it is.
So they only need to...
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Mark IV Cortina, the rarest of the Cortinas. I like a Mark IV Corti. That reminds me very much of my Arcala at Cub Scouts. She had exactly that Cortina, that two-tone.
My dad ordered one of these as his company car, and there was a strike at Dagenham. So it was going to take too long to arrive. So he cancelled the order and bought a Talbot Solara.
Is that why he bought the Solara?
Well, he'd had Alpines anyway, but he was thinking of defecting to Ford because he wanted an estate because, you know, he was a dad.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
But he never got one?
Got the Solara. Got Solara GLS with the vinyl roof in peony red.
I bet there's one here.
Well, I was sort of hoping there might be, but I don't know. They were never super popular, were they, really?
I love those alloys.
Yeah, those are good wheels.
When those are mirror polished, they're like the Mercedes Penta, what they call the...
Oh, the AMG ones.
Those AMG
monoblocks
are what they are. Yeah, those. Again, the Granada that nobody wants, and it's got panel damage.
Great shape.
I think it's a good shape too.
If this, with a bit of different detailing, if this has been a mid-80s Citroen, I think people would give it a bit more respect.
Yeah, they probably would.
It's a really good bit of design. Quite an early bonnet, that, I'm going to say, because look, you can see the holes where it would have said F-O-R-D.
That was back when they didn't put the blue oval on it so much, isn't it? They were trying.
I knew this umbrella would come in handy. It's great for pointing
You just point
stuff.
at everything. All I'm doing is checking if it's an Uno. That's all I'm doing.
I have to know. It bloody is. It's a Fiat Uno.
There's a two-door Range Rover as well.
What?
Yeah, come on. Yeah. Uno, good spot.
You know Uno.
Uno.
Nuno's Uno.
It actually looks quite solid.
This is like a late 80s car magazine group test.
What was
has gone horribly wrong.
What, and there's just seats strewn? Yeah. What's that?
It's a scene of crime. That's a Mark II Cortina, isn't it?
Yeah, just sort of hanging there.
Why is it over there?
I don't know.
Is it trying to escape?
There's been some very strange decisions made in this field.
Very strange. That Uno's in amazingly good nick for...
The Uno is in good nick. And when was the last time you bloody well saw one?
I know. That's why it's like, but you forget. There's a good bit of design, that car. I like
this is
it.
like no, this is like a scene out of you know, like one of the old Doctor Who's, where they're like, look, we're in Wales, we need some sort of scene where there's been an alien landing. I've got to be honest, I'm not a fan of Doctor Who. I think it's absolute dog shit. But this is like, and the alien, the Cybermen are going to walk over that mound of Earth there,
or
trudge over that Fiesta,
or. Budget cuts being what they are, it's a new episode of Doctor Who where all of the baddies they've got to vanquish are late 80s super minis. Oh shit, there's a Nova coming out of the woods, watch out! Where are you going now?
I'm just going to have a quick look.
It's got no windscreen, I can see that from here.
Oh yeah, the windscreen's there.
Oh, thank God.
The windscreen's here.
Pop it back in.
I'm so glad I ran over here in the mud.
I'm so glad that we both correctly identified a Fiat Uno from about 6 inches of roof line.
Just from that roof line.
Still got it. Still got it.
You've still got it, man. I think that's a Talbot or a Chrysler Avenger.
It is.
Yeah. And it's an estate.
You've got a little bit of a weakness for those, haven't you?
Well, it was the estate was the car I was taken home from hospital in when I was born and learnt to drive in. First car I ever drove when I was about 10. One of them.
That's because my dad had Avengers as well before he switched to the Alpine. But
surely the Alpine can't have been better than an Avenger. It can't have been.
I told you that story about when my parents got married. Before I came along and spoiled their fun, my mum said to my dad, "Look, you know, why don't we get a nice sporty car? We're a youngish couple, get an MGB or something." My dad went, "No, we're going to get a Hillman Avenger GT because, in fact, the 0 to 60 time on the Hillman Avenger GT is superior to the MGB GT."
And they bought a GT?
They bought a Hillman Avenger GT.
They are a rare car now. Did it have the half vinyl roof, that really weird half vinyl thing? Because Avengers,
maybe.
The GTs had a vinyl roof which started like there, you know, like a receding hairline.
I never thought that. No,
it has a piece of trim across there. It's very rare now.
I don't know.
I'm down with it.
I think he already had the Alpine by the time I was born. So I didn't have the chance to go, Dad, why have we got a slap head car? But I know.
Brings back so many memories, just the door handles. Just these door handles bring back so many memories.
No, that's weird because this sort of does ring a bell, but
it's a late car, so it has the weird steering wheel that's not quite so cool.
But not super late, because were the very last ones, the very last ones were Chrysler, weren't they? They had the
yeah,
Star.
This is the 3rd gen front end.
Yes.
My parents had the best one, 2nd gen quad headlights. It looked the most American. That's a Fiat, isn't it? Or a Moto Bianchi, or whatever they call Auto Bianchi?
Yeah, with the engines in there.
Is it?
Is it? I don't know. It looks like it should be because it's got these are just all these styling.
Have a goosey.
Yeah. Yes. Hello.
Nice little pancake motor. This was
2-cylinder.
pioneering car design.
This is an unusual thing, isn't it? You just don't see them around. It's from France, by the looks of it.
Oh hell, Rich! It's a 2-door Allegro.
Wait! We haven't even gazed at the majesty of this brown Austin Princess.
Also, cool number plate. Sarp. Princess of Hearts. It's the car that Lady Di should have driven around in.
If she had, maybe she'd still be with us today.
I've always said if I ever owned a Princess, it would have to be heavily resto modded. There would be no way it would be standard.
But again, if this car had been a Citroen, I think people would respect the design a lot more because it was quite futuristic.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
It was in fact very futuristic, but one day Harris Mann will get the respect he deserves. Not necessarily for this, which
4X.
Abergavenny brake and clutch have put the plates on this.
Of course
one.
they have.
I don't go anywhere else for my brakes or
No,
clutches.
I don't.
What the merry
I think so.
frig is happening?
Something's being dragged to its...
Late, an extra lot is arriving.
It's kicking and screaming.
It's a big headlight Mondeo. Oh!
Being dragged, kicking and screaming.
Oh my lord.
Oh, it's getting... Is it going to go? Yeah, just leave the Mondeo there. It's not worth it, mate.
Does that explain the placement of a lot of the cars in this area? It's just wherever the tractor could get them to.
Well, I don't understand what's going on down there, but...
It's a bit weird, isn't it?
Series 3s are a bit... They don't work because it's 70s here and then trying to be 80s here.
Yeah.
But my Mark II, my Series 2 two-door is a
oh look, it's the Princess has got auxiliary lights in the grille.
Oh no! Look at
Wonders.
these
Yeah,
auxiliary
gauges. I
gauge.
spotted those straight off. So
This
what?
should have been owned by an old person that bought it new and then thought, I can improve this. I know how to wire stuff in. Look.
Oh, caravan bolts. It's got.
Has it got a tow bar?
I think it had, and it's been taken.
Yeah, it did have a tow bar. Yeah. Can you imagine a 70s holiday?
Yeah, and the weather would have been exactly like this. It's look! I've just noticed.
What?
GB sticker Townsend Torreson, the ferry people who don't exist anymore.
Oh yeah.
This car has been on foreign holidays.
Euro tours.
These people were fancy.
Sex
Wow.
tourism.
But do you think they took maybe they took the van?
Oh, they took it.
Normandy, Brittany and Normandy, a tour of the battlefields.
Yeah.
In the Princess.
Yeah.
Since I'm on a BL tip.
Oh, you know. Oh yeah.
MGZT.
Yeah.
Quite a modern presence in
Yeah.
this field, but a welcome one. I mean, these were actually quite good, and
Yeah.
it's sad to see one like this because they are now approaching that point where they're just
Oh, they're
worthless,
they're
aren't
modern
they?
classics for sure, I think.
Well, that's the thing, they are, but the ones that are left in good nick might be. But did you hear that?
It's
freaking
actually
me out. Ah!
it's crying out for help. Look at its front strut.
The front snapped.
The front has fallen off.
Mother of Jesus! Last taxed in 1980.
This is an early one.
Life has not been kind to it since.
G-Reg, just one of the first Mark 1 Escorts, isn't it? 68, 69.
Yeah. 68.
And it's a van. No, a camper van. It's got a
hello.
back seat. I bet this will probably be worth something because it's quite a rare spec.
This will probably be worth something.
Yeah.
The front snapped off.
Well, look, and there's the sills.
The sill is on the floor.
I bet it's really rare though, because look, it's got a back seat, side windows.
Would this be factory or someone put these in? It looks like they put them in.
I think, yeah, maybe it's not worth anything.
I've had a think and I've decided it's not actually worth anything. This, on the other hand, you know, the seats are in decent nick. Someone would want those.
I hope this is salvageable.
It's got a flip-down stereo in it.
Yeah.
It's got the climate control, so it was a
bit of algae.
ZT Plus. This one is in better fettle, but explain to me this. What are all these here? Why is this here?
Yeah, private ambulance. It's got a whiff of private ambulance about, hasn't it?
We know what private ambulance means. Look at that, I didn't realise these had 3
individual seats.
Individual seats.
Could this fold down so that you got in the back? It is, isn't it? Look, it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
famille.
7-seater.
Very bungy, weren't they? I rode in these as taxis in North Africa.
Yes.
They're very spongy. The gear knob is in the boot, but I don't think it's the gear knob for this. That. Oh, here's a good one. What's that the gear knob for?
I don't know, there's so much filler in the tailgate. I don't want to.
You're just going to end up with a handful of filler.
It's really jagged.
Go on, what is that? Shifter.
Sierra.
Yes!
Is it?
20 points to Smith.
And it really annoyed me that there was no lines.
There was no pattern, I know. Why did they do that?
Well, have you ever driven a Sierra?
Yes.
It's as vague as an answer by a politician. You just
No, I
sort
thought
of
they've got quite a pleasant gear change. Still.
Well, I must have just driven baggy, horrible ones.
Yeah, they've got quite a nice change on them.
I think
Fire
that's...
brigade personnel.
Yeah.
That's what the things...
That's what it's about.
What, so can I have a blue flashing light for my personal car, Sarge? No, that's not how it works.
That's
right,
how it works.
I'm just going to put luminous stripes on the windows then.
And a vinyl
People
roof.
will let me through.
Is this like Spring Watch? They're looking out for all the interesting nature that may or may not exist.
I feel like it's more sort of CSI Evesham. We're trying to find out how these bodies got here.
A Fiat 124 Sport.
Oh, I know, pretty car. Look at this.
That is really nice. That's a great dashboard. Look at the steering wheel. That's when wing mirrors were real wing mirrors.
Oh yeah.
Someone's gone to the effort of importing that from another country.
Yeah.
And then it's been left in a field with the window down. Just seems a little bit sad. It's kind of a sorry vista, but two things. We've just found that Princess of Hearts.
Yeah.
Look what's behind the Subaru Brat.
Oh, the ambassadors' receptions were known for their shitness.
Prestigious.
Heavens above.
So I'm loving the Brat, but I need to see.
Is this a late Brat? Or late UK? Because they didn't. I mean, that's an E-Reg.
E-Reg,
they stopped bringing them in the late 80s, didn't they?
Love these grills.
I like these. I don't particularly like this one because I think it's very rotten. Look at
All farmers in the 80s.
Yeah.
I just remember farmers in the 80s got on market day in Taunton. They'd turn up with a couple of ewes in the back.
Yeah.
And it would just be full of hay and straw, and he'd be smoking a pipe.
Do you know who was a celebrity Subaru Brat enthusiast?
Celebrity?
Yeah. Ronald Reagan.
Was he?
Had Brats on his farmstead in California.
Did he? Because Reagan was down with because they did copy the El Camino, didn't they?
I guess so, yeah.
I mean, look at that. Look at that shape there. If you think about that El Camino up there.
But is it not also because this would be a monocoque?
Yeah.
And it's harder to get the strength into a pickup bed if you don't put a little bit of triangulation here. You can't just do a straight cut and then.
I think you're right.
It'll fold up under load. So it's partly it's not just a style thing. I think it's a practicality thing as well.
Yeah, I think they look great. Is that homemade? I think that's homemade.
Maybe. I'm pretty sure it wasn't made in the Subaru factory.
It looks very homemade.
I always thought these looked like they'd been in an accident though, because it's quite a severe
it's droopy bum
there.
Yeah,
and they just remind me of bad guys trying to get Roger Moore in a 2CV.
Absolutely, that's totally it.
And then driving into some trees like a bloody silly idiot.
The floor has fallen through and the Haynes manuals have gone through onto the grass.
Hey, I didn't realise that the 504 Ti had electric front windows and a steel sunroof.
Well, that's still intact, but the door in the A-pillar isn't. Look! Oh my gosh! When was this last on the road? In Leighton Buzzard, 1986. Bloody hell. You know what, look at those seats are gorgeous.
They are good, aren't they?
And they're in good condition considering they've left outside with the door hanging off.
Yeah.
But look, the Haynes manual's on the floor.
The weight of some books has pushed the floor through.
Oh, it's quite sad, isn't it? Used to see these a lot. Look at these three. I've got to take a picture of you with three of the most
My dream garage. The Range Rover, of course, for days in the country. The Ambassador, very much the practical family car. The Marina, because everybody needs some dog shit.
In the words of Susan Boyle, I dreamed a dream of time gone by. Right, let's play Snog, Marry, Throw Off a Cliff.
Right.
Probe, Marina, I think it's a Marina, it's not an ITEL.
Yeah, Marina.
Engineless Marina and ITEL. Go.
No, it's Ambassador. What? So I've got
Sorry, Ambassador. Snog, Marry or Throw Off a Cliff. 3.
See, I don't actually like any of these cars. I like Princesses and I don't like Ambassadors. These are plop.
Yeah.
The highest order, and always were.
They were.
And these are just dismal power wank cars, aren't they? Can I just throw them all off a cliff and live in quiet solitude for the rest of my life? Carless, but happy.
Okay, here's a better version. Okay, well, drive for a day, drive for a year, live with forever. Same cars. Go. Drive for a day, drive for a year. I mean, assume it's got an engine in, so you can drive.
No, I've got it. Keep forever because it's got no engine, so I don't have to drive it. Problem solved.
But you have to have it outside your house on full display, so that your wife and your children and all your friends and family see it.
I'd ring the council and put on a voice. Yes, it's an eyesore. Could you take it away, please? Is that you again, Richard? No.
Drive for a week. Drive for
I'd
a year.
like to drive the Ambassador to see if it's as bad as I think, because I've driven Princesses, and actually, they're quite pleasant in the weird kind
And
of way.
drive
Very nice ride.
and drive forever. Your forever car, forever. Or you could take all your clothes off and run that way.
Yeah, I'll do that. I've just noticed there's some kind of old Austin that looks like it. Look at the States.
It's cut its face off.
Wow. It's like
We've
funny.
stumbled across a chod death camp.
It is a bit crime scene-y, isn't it? Like these are just sort of poor ghoulish.
There's another two-door Range Rover, but it's got no wheels.
So we reached the end, the field of dreams. If you had to take one of these cars home, which one would it be?
Take it home?
Yes.
In the condition as we see it?
Yes.
That's actually quite difficult.
It would be certainly technically quite difficult. But
I have a thing for that based purely on nostalgia.
The Avenger Estate would be.
Yeah, the Avenger Estate. Even though it's a bit late for me, I got time for it, and I do really like that brown DAF with goo on the number plate. I quite like that. I don't know why, I just quite like it. Do you know what this reminds me of, Rich? As we walk through here, it reminds me of like a classic car concours event that you'd go to, and then suddenly there's a massive emergency and everyone has to evacuate. You know, like Chernobyl.
Get in the building, the blast is coming!
And nobody goes, and nobody's gone back there.
Yeah.
Nobody's gone back.
This is maybe we should intervene, and rather than them auctioning all this stuff off, we should just persuade them to charge on the door to come and see our apocalypse car show.
That's a great idea. This could be a
some dummies
Banksy.
with-
Banksy did Dismaland.
We're onto something.
It's us curating a careful display of.
It's
I'd advise people to go and have a look at the line of Honda Expresses. This is my particular highlight. Actually, can I add that to the list?
knock yourself out. Have two.
It'd be Avenger, second choice Goudath,
Goudath.
third choice the cleanest of the 17 or so Honda Expresses.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But I don't, yeah, I'm warming to this idea now. I think this is it. We've settled on something. The Smith and Sniff Festival of Shite.
Yeah, this is it. This is it. Pebble Dash Beach. This is it. This is it. Yeah. Harry Metcalf, eat your heart out.
So you're going to come back for the auction?
Me?
Yeah.
I might phone a cheeky bid through in the comfort of my own armchair. Who knows? Although I am at car max right now, I couldn't really commit to another vehicle.
I think, for the sake of your marriage, you probably shouldn't.
Are you going to have the power of attorney over me and not register me to bid?
I feel kind of like I'm like your, you know, like reformed alcoholics have
Yeah.
someone who looks after them, and if they're thinking of having a drink, they just go, you don't have to do that.
Don't have to do that. It's okay.
I'm like that.
What? So when
in this circumstance, with
you're my guy for that.
buying some old cack.
Don't buy a left-hand drive Market Avenger because you don't need to.
Yeah, don't inexplicably buy a 3-door Allegro Mark III because your wife will leave you. It's just a tip, you know.
Yeah, no, I think it's a really
You're a
valid
grown
tip.
up. I can't stop you.
I think it's a great tip. Thank you for that.